this summer, and we should be getting the live notification here in just one moment. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, everyone. We are here at our Summer Speaking Summit. We are the final day. So very excited to have you all here with us today. My name is Shar. I'm one of your co-hosts for this summit, and it is coming to a close. This is our final session today. We're excited to bring to you several more incredible speakers that have prepared their high-value content with excitement, passion, impact, and knowledge of expertise for you today. So please stay till the very end, as there's some treats for you as always, and we have some information for you on the very back end. And for today, I'd love to turn it over to my co-host, none other than the most excellent coach and facilitator herself, Erica Hansen. Take it away.
Thank you, Shar. I cannot believe it's the final day. Thank goodness these are being recorded so I can go back, because I find that every time I watch a replay, I get something in addition to what I get hearing it live. So we've got three amazing souls speaking, and first up is Dr. Tina Cooper-Smith, who is a board-certified OBGYN and reproductive endocrinologist, as well as a board-certified practitioner of integrative medicine and a graduate of Duke University and Duke University Medical School. Tina Cooper-Smith, MD, is more than just a physician. She's also a life and relationship coach, a mom, and a perpetual student. She is dedicated to modifying our healthcare system from one focused on illness and sickness to one devoted to prevention and wellness. We need more of you. For 30 years as a fertility specialist, she focused on bringing life to her patients, and now her focus is on bringing her patients to life. Love that. Welcome to the stage for her talk, Let's Reframe Your Life, How Pleasure and Pain Can Both Be a Portal to Produce Your Best Life. Dr. Tina, the stage is yours.
Thank you so much, Erica. That was really lovely. Let's go. Forget COVID. There's another epidemic that is so loud these days: fear and anxiety. I see it every day in my gynecology and fertility practice. Maybe you're constantly asking, is this really my life? Your mind keeps churning over and over again that never-ending to-do list, the inbox, leaving you exhausted. And then at night, you cry yourself to sleep, but then stay awake, wondering why the universe keeps throwing all these challenges your way. Life is tough, even when you do everything right. This talk is for you if fear and anxiety are stealing your joy. Put a 1 in the chat if you want to turn pain into pleasure. Wouldn't that be cool? I got a few. We got Shar, we got Erica, we got Susan. Thank you. Yeah, we all want to do that. Yeah, Robin, I see you all. And put a 2 in the chat if you're okay if we just swap fear and anxiety for peace and calm. Yeah, I see you all. Wouldn't it be nice to live with peace? Guess what? You do have the power yourself to remodel your reality and alter your safety and aliveness. And I'm going to laugh because I didn't plug my computer in and battery saver just went on. And so I plugged everything else in. I'm going to have to pause for 30 seconds and plug it in. But if I'm breathing, I'm alive and it's all okay. Excuse me. And that was not planned. So anyway, I'm here to sprinkle a touch of magic and have you move from anxiety back to aliveness. Life gets lifey, as my friend Robin says. So, or Jen, I forget. Anyway, I'm here to sprinkle some magic, and we only have 12 minutes together today. So stay tuned in at the end for more links of how to play with my witchy tools. Okay, I'm Dr. Cooper Smith, as she said, doctor and coach by training, but really I see myself just as a spiritual being having this human existence, and all humans experience pleasure and pain. But when you have the tools to transmute that pain back into pleasure, you have the opportunity to convert every challenge, every obstacle, even grief, into an opportunity. And from that place, deep trust starts to emerge. When we have that deep trust, really, this body starts to feel safe and secure, and life force energy can be diverted from survival to creation. And that is truly essential for wellness. A second-year medical student at Duke in North Carolina, I was 23 when my world just fell apart. Phone rings. It's mom on the other end. What? She didn't even wait for Sunday or after 11 when the rates go down? This is weird. Mom, that pain I've been complaining about for the last 6 weeks that the doctors didn't know what was wrong and didn't think it was anything. It's cancer, team. I'm going to die of cancer. I knew it. Me. Speechless. And anyone who knows me knows that's not easy. My brain offline. I have no memories, not a one, really, of the next 6 months, not even of her funeral, burying her on her 59th birthday. All I have is one teeny tiny snapshot. We have a photo of her with her bald head as she lay in the rented hospital bed that took over our family room. And the one sentence that transformed my life. Congratulations on your marriage to Doug. It was a lovely affair. Now, Doug was my new boyfriend at the time. We were not yet engaged, not yet planning a wedding. Yet, 1 year later, when he asked me to marry him, of course I said yes. It was meant to be. Mom literally envisioned this on her deathbed. Moms know best, right? So it's 6 months before the wedding, about a year to the date of my mom's passing. And my sisters and I were choosing the most adorable little flower girl dresses, these white hoop-like miniature formal ball gowns, miniature wedding dresses. They were adorable. And all I could think of was no, if we buy them, then if I delay the wedding, they're going to outgrow the dresses. The knot, the gut feeling, the pit in my stomach that maybe it's not the right time, maybe it's not the right guy. But I kept remembering mom's words. Congratulations. Put a 1 in the chat if you too have ever done something that you knew just wasn't right, but you did it anyway. I'm not alone. I know. There's Shar, there's Jen. Thank you. Thank you for making me realize I'm not alone. So let's fast forward. Lorna, you too. Thank you. Fast forward. I was married to the nice Jewish doctor. Not only that, I was a doctor, a physician with a career I loved. 3 kids, nice house, suburbs of LA. Life was perfect. But it really wasn't. My body just kept whispering to me until the day it shouted. It's a glorious summer day. I was at the first of what would be many, many baseball tournaments. The smell of cut grass in the air, perfect weather, no humidity, not too hot. Of course it is. I live in LA. It was a Saturday, kids sports all weekend, nothing unusual. And the game was about to start. And suddenly I looked around and I realized what was missing from my life was me. And the voice said, when did my life no longer become my own? Well, thank God for technology. In that instant, I grab my phone, I swipe right, determined to date me again. I found Team in Training. They would become my mentor, my coach, my new team. I would run the Nike Women's Marathon. Be impeccable with your word is a value of mine. And in that instant, I made good on the promise I made to myself on my application to med school. In that one instant, the trajectory of my life pivoted. I reprioritized me and play and pleasure. Sports, being part of a team, doing charitable work for others, being outdoors in nature. This brought me back to life. This turned me on. This was me. Now, it wasn't an end in sight. It was really just the beginning. But by taking action, listening to my gut over and over again, I began to loosen the chains of that hyper-rational, logical self. Now, it took me 15 more years, learning, growing, and embracing pain. I had to leave the comfort of my marriage to find the adventures I wanted. I had to follow breadcrumbs one by one to let go of the nonsensical belief that this smart brain can figure out life alone. Finally, I'm learning to melt into trust, acceptance, and love of my body's wisdom over my brain. So it brought me back to a new way of being, prioritizing finding pleasure, scheduling play, even celebrating grief as proof of my aliveness. When pain presents itself, I learn to take pleasure in all those sensations. I feel the pain, and then I start to move the pain through me. Emotions are actually energy in motion, and they need to move. The pain of being stuck, way worse than the pain of not making a decision. So now I alchemize degenerating emotions back to regeneration. And I lead with my heart and with deep trust. So let's all inhale trust and exhale fear. Inhale trust. What is trust anyway? T, tune in, listen to, and take care of your body. R, retell your story over and over again with edits each time. U, understand who you really are, the entire powerful universe in human form. 4, support. Life is a team sport. Don't do it alone. 5, trust. Togetherness and trust brings that peace and calm, even during the storms. So we have just a teeny time left. We're going to focus on R and retelling the story. I told you I had woke up, realized I wasn't living life as me. Well, that's a painful story. It makes me weak, powerless, out of control. When I flip this story and I tell it for my turn on and my pleasure, I'm a powerful divine being, a goddess in human form. My life has been divinely orchestrated for me. As you can see, I love being on stage. I can't sing and dance. I need something to talk about. Wellness, there it goes. My mom's prophecy, in short, my financial security and my family. I might not have had any of that. My marriage choice and even my solopreneurship were painful for so many years. But it led me to integrative medicine, to the erotic blueprints, and to changing the whole way I now see the human body, the nervous systems. I have a whole unique curriculum now for holistic healing that I'm here to share with the world. And so, are you ready to transform pain into pleasure, schedule play, live with trust, listen to your body, and learn to be you and know you were born to be well? Join me for a taste of magic. I'm going to hold an online retreat free for all of you. So it's going to be a one night, August 14th. Join me and be able to feel again all your emotions and body sensations. Thank you.
That's so fabulous. And wow. A free retreat led by you. That's just amazing. One quick question. How do they know how to get that? Should they be checking
I will
YouTube?
put it in the chat. It will probably be womensreproduction.com/VIP summit. It's already on the page. So, okay.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I do have to work at the kinks of the funnel, but the page is there and you'll get it.
It's beautiful and it's high quality. So thank you. Whew, now on to our second one. Lorna Gale. Lorna is the sex and spirit alchemist of the feminine-led life, somatic sexologist, teacher, intuitive energy healer, bondage trainer, and award-winning speaker. Lorna has been leading people on transformative journeys for over 25 years, catalyzing potent transformations in the lives of people so they can feel at home in their bodies and relationships, express themselves authentically, and experience sexual freedom and spiritual wholeness. Lorna is a poet, writer, and a frequent guest on podcasts and TV shows, speaking of the spiritual erotic realm where divine feminine energy and sacred masculine form reflect spirit in the human experience. Lorna, the stage is yours for your talk through their work with our sex, spirit, and the feminine-led life, 3 keys to embody S3X, empowered relationships, and homes of harmony. Lorna, the stage is yours.
Thank you so much, Erica. It's wonderful to be here as a part of the summit and hearing each one speak and letting my voice be a part of this. I'm going to repeat the title and the keys as well. And as I do so, I invite you to feel into your body as I do so. Sex, spirit, and the feminine-led life. 3 keys to embodied sex, empowered relationships, and homes of harmony. This talk is for you if you felt a draw to anything, any type of resonance to what I just shared. It's not for you if you didn't. It is for you if in hearing that you're saying, yes, I want more. I want to know more. In our time together today, I'm going to take you through an experience, one that will be simple, somatic of the body, and one that can play a role in you ceasing the seeking that often happens when we're looking outside for our partner, our pleasure, our wholeness. And one that actually can be as simple as seeing that often the solution is hidden in plain sight. I invite you to stay to the end because I'm going to be inviting you to your next best step, if it feels that is so. It also will be an opportunity to allow me to be a part of your journey. So stay tuned for that. As a young mom, I was living my dream. I had my husband, I had 2 beautiful daughters together with him. And 3 years into the marriage, he said, Lorna, I want to tell you something. Okay, have a sit down. So I sat down on the ottoman in our living room with the sun streaming in. I sat down and my husband sat down in front of me. He said, I want you to know that this isn't going to be an emotional relationship. I said, what do you mean? He said, I'm not an emotional person. This isn't going to be an emotional relationship. And as it sunk in, the power, the force of that shocking news and revelation literally propelled me back across the living room onto the chair behind me. What do you mean? Because for me, that vow to be in that marriage meant I was there. I had committed to that. I couldn't imagine not living in an emotional relationship because I was a very emotional person. Interestingly, to realize that looking back, he had actually, for 3 years, been living untrue to himself. And in that revelation, he allowed himself to be true. For me, I actually sunk in because it ended up, it was a very emotional relationship, but it was all the emotion that was held inside of me, all these ways that I shut down and was held and trapped within what I was feeling and in this experience. Interestingly as well, coming into this marriage, I did not realize at the time, but I was very disconnected from my sexuality, from my body, from my sexuality. Growing up in a religious home, I had been taught, be a good girl, save yourself for marriage. I was, and I did. Put a 1 in the chat if you can relate to any one of those. Save yourself for marriage, be a good girl. Yes, very common. Well, interestingly, I went now into this marriage where I was in this state of disconnected, now needing to shut down my emotions because they no longer belonged here. I had no outlet for them. My husband actually was a really beautiful, wonderful man. And when my sexuality just seemed to go nowhere, and night after night, I would lay there in bed. He was fast asleep now after our times of intimacy, and I would lay there with the tears running down my face. There was so much more, but I didn't know what it was or how to access it. He said, let me do some research. And he came back after, and this was 40 years ago, he said, you know, according to the research, you and the majority of women are non-orgasmic. Can you be content with that? Choice did I have? I thought none. He also said 5 years into the marriage, he said, why don't you find out what makes you feel good so you can tell me? And I'm a really fast learner. It just took me 20 years to start that journey. When my girls were out of the home, that was the time that it became my time to explore. So I started to do some research, some retreats, some workshops. I took some trainings to find out, who am I? Who am I beyond this sense of things? In one of the trainings that I took, one of the assignments was PEP, what I call PEP, personal erotic practice. And in that meditation that I chose, I was looking at myself in the mirror. I was physically, emotionally, spiritually naked. And I met myself. It was after the self-loathing, the disgust, the shame, the existential shame arose, and I felt into that depth, somehow even to the shame that I even existed. Once the depth of that was cleared, all of a sudden it was, wow, this is so good, so pure, so right. And in that moment, it was an instantaneous 180-degree shift, an awakening, what I call my midlife sexual awakening, from being so disconnected to now everything, life is erotic. And I saw everything through this beautiful whole lens that life is good and erotic. After 10 years of teaching the school system and then teaching 10 years of teaching energy healing, it became a natural thing for me to take my love and my gift of teaching into the sexual erotic realm of things, where I was then able to support other people in reconnecting to their bodies, into their sexuality, redefining and healing relationships, those pieces of embodied sex, empowered relationships, and homes of harmony. They were happening through the work that I was doing with people. Individuals, women often came to me because they wanted to connect to their bodies and their sexuality. Men came to me because they wanted to be the best that they could be for their partners, their wife, their girlfriends. And thus became, in these last 15 years, this journey of really supporting people, of coming back into their own journey. Now, at the end, I will tell you one of those pieces that is really crucial. And I tap into it right now and tell you the key is feeling. Feeling. And it's one of the places that I start with people. physical, in terms of even feeling. What does consent feel like in your body? All of those different aspects, they come back to here. Whether it's about sex, relationships, and homes, it's about coming back home to ourselves. So I would like to be able to share with you 3 different keys. In my PEP program, I cover these elements and many more. Today, I want to share 3 of them with you. And I've entitled them FEM, FEM, to help you connect to that aspect of the feminine-led life. We've operated in a world where right now it's the masculine is up and the feminine has been down. Tides are turning, things are shifting, where there's the feminine arising, women's empowerment. And I say it is about a spiritual awakening for all of us when we really remember who we are. And as I come back in with these 3 letters, FEM, these are 3 keys that will help you to come back home to yourself and be a part of, not for that movement, but a part of it simply because you are being you. F is feel. Feel all of it, the physical, feel the emotion. We have been taught, don't feel this, don't feel that. It's dangerous. You shouldn't. All of those things, whether it's about sexuality or our emotions. And I say, feel it all. The second one is E, and that is erotic. There's a quote that Audre Lorde says, we tend to think of the erotic as a quick, tantalizing sexual arousal. I speak of the erotic as that deepest life force energy that moves us in a fundamental way. And I say, as we connect into that very breath that we are living is that life force energy, and connecting to it allows us to tap into that creative force, that life force energy that moves us and expresses in sexual erotic ways by ourselves and maybe sometimes with partners. The third one is me too, exclamation mark. I'm about making a new Me Too movement. And this is about women who are saying, I'm ready to take all that I've experienced and really claim it as a part of my journey to this awakening time, to step into my leadership in the home, in the work, in the bedroom, in society, because that is what the masculine is waiting for, is the feminine to say, this is how I want you to be. This is how I need you to be. And we as women are not always used to saying what we want or what we need. And I'm going to give you an opportunity to feel into this. A little quick story so to preface it. When I was at a restaurant one time, I said, can I have whatever it was on the menu? And the young man looked at me and he said, you can have whatever you want. You're the customer. So I'm inviting you to, in this moment, to feel into what it is like to breathe in and say, I like this. It might be a food that you think of. Instead of needing something to ask permission, to sink in this moment and feel that energy of what it feels like to say, I like this. I want this. FEM, F-E-M, feel it all, allowing for that erotic energy and me too, you claiming and stepping into your power as a woman, as a feminine leader in all aspects of your life. I invite you to consider this as your next best step. I have created a audio meditation, a guided feel beyond words guided meditation for you. It's just over 15 minutes long, and you can listen to it time and time again. An opportunity for you to connect into the body and feel the body move as you breathe, that life force energy that is moving the body, and tap into this. And that's where it all starts. Embodied sex, empowered relationships, homes of harmony. It starts by you being here. If you would love to be a part of this movement within you, to be empowered, to be at home in your body and live, please type me too in the, pardon me, chat, type FEM into, type FEM, F-E-M, into the chat or the comments below, and I will get the audio to you. Thank you for being here today, and I bless you and celebrate you in your journey.
Lorna, thank you. Thank you for that inspiring talk. And also, for those of you who are watching either live via YouTube or watching a replay, you can go ahead and put FEM, F-E-M in that chat. So thank you, Lorna, so much. So far today, we have heard about the trust analogy. Now we've gotten the FEM, F-E-M from Lorna. To close out, our final speaker of the day and the summit is Jennifer Pachanik. I was practicing your last name, Pachanich. She is a published writer, international speaker, transformational workshop facilitator, healer, and spiritual life coach. As a tour guide of the heart, Jennifer facilitates deep level healing through storytelling, art, dreams, and intuition. In her program, the Firefly Dream Circle, Jennifer walks experts and entrepreneurs through the dream discovery process so that they too can transform their nightmares into knowing, confusion into creation, and their big dreams into divine destiny. Jennifer holds a Bachelor of Arts degree from Marquette University. She won numerous sales and leadership awards during her corporate career, and recently Jennifer received the MWC Advocacy Award for her volunteer work as a widow advocate for the nonprofit organization Modern Widows Club. She is a certified soul collage facilitator and a graduate of the Robert Moss School of Active Dreaming. I told Jennifer when I realized she was speaking today that I was going to make sure to have my Kleenex based on past experience I have heard her speaking. Get ready for some incredibly beautiful storytelling. Jennifer and her talk, Dreaming of the Departed Life, Death, and Living Again. Jennifer, the stage is yours. Jennifer, you are on mute.
All right. 1 second. So that. Anyways, thank you. Thank you for that warm introduction, Erica. And it's such an honor to be here today at the Shine on Stage Summer Summit. Thank you so much. If you're watching in the replay, please make a note in the comments, replay. I'd love to hear your thoughts on our topic today. And I am so excited to talk about one of my very favorite topics, dreams. Our dreams are a portal to our divine destiny. They can provide guidance, inspiration, and even connect us with our loved ones. How many of you here would like to learn more about how to interpret your dreams or even remember your dreams? Can you see a show of hands? I see you, Dr. Tina, Erica, Lorna, Susan. Thank you so much. And if you're watching the replay, just put a 1 in the box. I'd like to know who's interested in learning more. So with the topic this big of dreams, I only have this much time. I'm not going to be able to cover it all, but stay until the end because I have a special gift for you, which you'll find posted in the comments. So on to our topic. I am going to share with you today a few of the dreams I have had with my departed loved ones and the meanings behind them, and also offer you 6 tips for deciphering your own dreams. The first tip is our loved ones appear in our dreams because that is the easiest way for them to reach us. And you may want to write these tips down if you have it handy. Robert Moss, international author and dream teacher, and my mentor, says that it is possible for communication, forgiveness, and healing to happen through the veil. On August 20th, 2015, I had one of those really big dreams that woke me up in the night. In the dream, I was flying over Phoenix, and down below there was this resort called the Diamond Resort. I walked in, somehow I got from the plane to the resort, that happens in dreams, and I went to the bar and I'm having a drink. And I decided, oh, I need to go change my clothes before dinner. So I'm walking back to my room and I see this woman named Elaine. Now, Elaine was such a dear lady. I spent a lot of time at her house when I was growing up because her daughter Susie was my best friend. But you see, Elaine had passed 6 months before this dream. But in this dream, she was vibrant, healthy. She looked like she was in her 30s. And I reached out and gave her a hug and I said, oh, Elaine, thank you for everything you did for me. And she said, can you see me? I said, yes, I can see you. So we went on to this other room and we sat down and we talked extensively about heaven. And then she mentioned something about spirits gathering at the church in Osceola, a town, small town in Wisconsin. And that was it. I woke up and I immediately wrote the dream down. And then I got busy because that weekend, my nephew was going to be getting married in the church that my husband Blake and I had restored. So I was busy all day long with flower arrangements and cleaning. And I stopped to take the arrangements over to the event center where the reception would be in Seattle, Wisconsin. It was then that I got a very urgent call from my sister, Sandy. Jennifer, you have to hurry. Church is on fire. You ready? I hurried back, and there was nothing to do. I stood there, helpless and hopeless, as all of my dreams in the beginning. Not only had I lost my husband and my home, I lost the future. But that night, as I lay on my mother's sofa, I had crazy dreams in and out. But one thing I remember was hearing, you can't say what is about the past or me. And that was the first of many lessons I would learn from this experience that I went through. And I started as the days went on to think about that dream I had the night before the fire. Elaine showing up, flying over Phoenix. In mythology, Phoenix is the bird that rises up from the ashes. Often our dreams use symbols. That's tip number 2. Our dreams use symbols. I said in the dream I was going to change my clothes. This was a message from me that changed. Third thing I learned from this dream is that often when we have dreams of the departed, they are pre-cognizant. In other words, they're speaking of something about the future. It's not every dream, but some of them, because our loved ones have an expanded view of what's going on here on TikTok time. Remember, Elaine and I talked about heaven. We talked about the church, and we talked about Osceola, the town that I was in, and I got that call that church. Now you may ask, could I have prevented the fire when I had that dream? I don't think so. I didn't know how to read the dreams. And actually, when I look back at the dream journals over the course of years, I said that fire is meant to illuminate, not consume. I also have notes about my husband, dreams, just little bits and pieces, but I was worried about his life. I was concerned. And something about a pile of rubble. See, even those little fragments that we get in dreams, so that is tip number. The little I can't count. The little details are important. So I encourage you, if you wake up from a dream and all you remember is that tiny little rock, write it down, because that little rock may have a mountain of knowledge. So following the fire, as you can imagine, there were some pretty dark days. I turned to my dreams for comfort and guidance, and one dream in particular brought me great comfort. In the dream, I was sitting next to bed. I said, I don't understand. I couldn't both go the same time. Then I heard a voice say, because one of us. See, all of us here, we still have purpose. There's a plan for our lives. We still have work to do. And our dreams are a resource, free resource that we can use. Now you may be saying, yeah, but Jennifer, I don't remember my dreams. That's where the free gift comes in. I've been attaching in the comments a PDF that gives you the top 10 tips for remembering your dreams. And the more you work with your dreams, the more you can open up that channel to that guidance, to that wisdom and those messages from your life. So I encourage you to pay attention to dreams and start to work with them. And as I mentioned, when my husband died, we lost our future plans together. And what's next? So little dreams started to grow into me. And for the eve of February 12th, 2022, I went to bed. I wonder what tomorrow will be. Since February 12th, I always remember it as the anniversary of the first day of my pregnancy. Early that morning, I woke up from a dream and I heard myself saying, you know what I want, and it's going to help me get there. And do it. And that morning, I did what I usually do in the morning. I pulled out Facebook. And the first person I saw on Facebook was Holly Wilson talking about her free masterclass. I signed up right away because I knew she was the one who's going to help me. So here's tip number 6. Pay attention to the synchronicities. If you see it in your dream and then you see it out in TikTok time, pay extra attention. When my husband died, my friend Carol told me 2 things. She said, grief is brutal. We are still connected to our loved ones. It's just different. Now you may be saying, how come, Jennifer, you have dreams of your loved ones? And I want to have more dreams. And honestly, I cannot give you a definitive answer, but I can offer some suggestions. Dr. Jamie Turnberg, psychotherapist, counselor, an international author, who said that our grief, it can be like static above us. We kind of remember when we used to listen to songs on the radio and trying to turn it in. We did that. It was like a stormy day. That's when the grief can be. So sometimes it takes a little bit of time to work through it. And I encourage you to to feel, to come forward to experience. Another reason you may not be hearing your loved ones is not time yet. This morning, I had a dream visit from my dear friend Terry. Now, Terry, he passed away 2.5 years ago. I like to call him my atheist godfather, because he said he didn't believe in God, but I knew he did by looking at his paintings. They were so beautiful, and he just really helped me out after the Boston visit. So Terry was 80 when he died, and he had a very severe lung condition. So it was quite good. But in my dream, he looked healthy and happy, and we were so glad to see each other. And I said, Terry, how's heaven? I said, oh, that's great. It was a little tough at first. So sometimes, loved ones, we may have a really hard time when they're carrying out the great illness. They need a little time to rest and get to the other side. And there's numerous authors who have written about that. Suzanne Wilson writes about that. She is a well-known. And so sometimes it just hasn't been time for our loved ones to come to us because they need a little time to heal and to figure out how to connect. So I'd like to offer another suggestion for the or see them in the dreams. Annie's dream with Terry. I looked in and said, Terry, I don't see Greg in my dreams. I felt him right here, but I don't see him. And Terry, I told her in my head that he was living right behind me in the community. I thought it was right there, right behind me. And you stand so close to the sun that you can stand into it, you can't see it. It's like perhaps your loved one is so close, but trust that they are cheering us on and looking out for the best for us. I'd like to leave you with one final dream. At the start of the summer, I had a dream, and all I saw was a pile of wood. And I messaged Shar and said, I don't know what this is. I feel like this connection is high, and I feel like I need to speak about dreams at this time. And the more I thought about this dream, and this is your bonus, dreams sometimes play with words. Wood pile, okay, it's firewood. Fire words. Our words can be used negatively, but used positively, love, it can lift up everything. It can warm up a room and open up hearts for healing. So I encourage you, my fellow speakers and listeners, to share your stories of healing, growth, of love, and continue to work with your dreams and step through that dream portal of your divine destiny. Shine, baby, shine. Shine on stage, shine wherever you go. Remember the tips that we're going to find in the comment section, the 10 tips to remember your dreams. Thank you for your time, and I wish you sweet dreams.
Wow, wow, wow. Here we go. Thank you so much, Jennifer. That was an incredible close. Are y'all ready to go to sleep tonight or maybe take a nap? Pay attention to those dreams. Let's give Jennifer and all of our speakers today another huge round of applause as they took the stage, shared their absolute high value content with excitement, the expertise, and all that they have prepared for you. This was an incredible summit. If you're just here watching us today and you're like, oh, there were more days. Yes, we had several days throughout the month of July, and that will be posted right for you as well as a playlist so that you can go back and you can just sit and listen to all of our incredible speakers inside our Soulful Speaking community. We call it the incubator. So very much fun today. Dr. Tina, Lorna, Jennifer, congratulations again. And thank you for being our wrap-up speakers today on July 22nd here. Again, the replay will also be posted individually, and the entire summit will be posted as a playlist for you to enjoy when it's convenient for you, and you can start and stop and take those notes as well if you're a note taker to go. In the future, we'll be bringing you more content perhaps right here inside this group, or if you have any questions about what goes on inside our Soulful Speaker community, just go ahead and reach out. You can comment down below on this video, or you can send me a message directly as well. And it's Shar McCready. You can see from the post and find me there. So with that, thank you all for joining us. I'm going to bring everybody on stage here. our fabulous live studio audience that were also speakers for this entire summit. And I'd love to ask all of you as our audience to stand up wherever you are and shout out to all of our fabulous speakers throughout this summit. Thank you so much for participating in our July Summer Summit here to celebrate our soulful speakers. Until next time, remember, go out and impact the world in only the way that you can. Bye for now.